Uh, so we are doing our last minute review for Robo Raptors before we um, make our way to Houston for the World Championship. So over here on the table, you see our setup. Um, we have our trifold over here where we are explaining our journey from Kolding, Denmark to Block Island over here. And then here is the factory. This we're trying to explain our journey of these wind turbines that are in Kolding, Denmark, and we have to show their journey from here to Rhode Island. We were fascinated by these offshore wind farms that are off the coast of Block Island, and we wanted to show the journey of these wind turbine blades that are manufactured in Denmark. So up here you can see this is the city of Kolding, Denmark. Here are a couple of our little models. Um, this is the trailer on which our turbine blades are going to be hoisted up. Here's the truck. We're going to be showing its journey under a bridge. This is a very sturdy bridge, and you can stress test it by giving it a karate chop, and we have tested it multiple times and it doesn't give away. Over here is the Robo Raptor roundabout. So oftentimes on the roads there are beautiful structures, but they are also obstacles to a straight line road. So our truck will need to make a curve and then again get onto a straight road. Here we have a turntable for heavy loads because here we have a 90-degree turn and those are not possible for huge trucks. So here we have a turntable. And then we're going to be using this crane to move our turbine blades from the transport onto the ship where it will make its journey through the North Atlantic Ocean. And so this crane, so many of our structures, as you might notice, are named after dinosaurs because we are the Robo Raptors. So this is the Diplodocus crane, this is the Spinosaurus ship, and here's the T-Rex bridge. Here's another bridge, which is the Brachiosaurus bridge. It's a lift bridge. Yeah, so let's see how our code works, and then we're gonna see this journey play out. So before we begin, uh, this transport is a huge endeavor, so it needs lots of planning, police escort cars, and then route mapping, and also we have to check the weather. So through our code we are going to check the weather at Kolding, Denmark. And so I've started our code, and it says that the temperature is good, the wind speed is good, and it's not cloudy. Okay, so we are good to get started. All right, so what I'm going to do is load up the turbine blades onto the trailer. So these are mounted, these turbine blades are put in a housing or support so that they don't get bent out of shape during transport. And so we are going to load them up. There are these notches to hold the turbine blades in place. So we are going to set our truck nice and straight because even the little angle deviations can set it off course. So we are going to start our code and it will successfully cross under the bridge. We have checked the height limitations and it's less than 13.5 feet. Okay, here we go. That can sometimes happen because of the height and load. So we're going to just straighten out this wheel a little bit, and then we want our truck to go forward more, and here it is. And so now we want to make so as you saw, it made a nice right turn, so it did not bump into the Robo Raptor roundabout. And we are going to make a left turn here. The turns are a little bit hard for this Spike Essential motor to handle, So I'm gonna go ahead, and now our robot has successfully climbed the turntable for heavy loads. So I'm gonna run another movement block to see if it can climb all the way through. It's having difficulty going past. It's okay. I'm gonna gently nudge it up. And now we have another piece of code which checks if the 90-degree angle of yaw has been reached, and then it moves down. So I'm going to run this code, and now the robot does not climb down, and only when I turn 90 degrees the truck climbs out. Now I'm going to turn the turntable back, and now we have reached the port of SB Air. Yay. So over here we're going to park our truck, and here you can see we have the Diplodocus crane, and it is used for transporting and picking up big loads like turbine blades. So it is a working crane, but it cannot unfortunately handle such big loads. So this is for demonstration purposes for the time being. So I'm going to lift our turbine blades and arrange it in Spinosaurus. All right, so here what we're gonna do is begin our journey across the North Atlantic Ocean. So here we have, so you might be like, oh, we started from Denmark and then we came back over here. Well, that's true, but we are like working with the limitations of the board. And so this is purely for imagination, that we have a turbine blade, we have a windmill over here, and we are going to make the journey across the North Atlantic Ocean. Now, a fun fact about our boat is that we tested it for buoyancy. And so it's built in such a way, we had to make a couple of changes, but it is buoyant. So it floats in a sink full of water. We did realize though that you needed, even though this windmill really just needs 3 turbine blades, we had to pack 4 because then it helps to balance the weight of the ship. So here we have reached the Providence port, and here's the working model of a windmill. We need the 3rd blade. So I'm going to remove this blade from here, hoist it out of the housing, and attach it here. You can show the judges that you could do it. Just you have to use a little bit of force to kind of like attach this. We have reached the shores of America. So here what we're going to do is give it a spin, and you can see that it has a working nacelle, so it allows it to rotate to catch the wind from any direction. So wind is constantly changing direction, so turbine blades and windmills actually have a fancy bit of engineering to make the best of the wind. So yes, we have reached and we have completed our transport journey. We didn't have much space on the table, but we have a working lift bridge named after Brachiosaurus, and it does a lift of 85 degrees. And this is close to the port of Providence. There is a lift bridge, and it allows the ships to come more inland onto the port, into the port, while the transportation happens for the city up here. So yeah, that's about it. And we are totally impressed with this windmill concept. So we have a bunch of windmills on our scenery over here, and we have a offshore wind farm that is gonna help United States be energy, green energy country in the times to come. Thank you.